What's going on, family? Good morning. I'm at my mom's house caretaking. Listen, look, you see all the stuff hanging. I'm sorry. Listen, the Menendez brothers is getting so much support for their release. Can I keep it a buck, family? In 1989, I was like in the eighth grade when I first heard the story, and I was sharing this with my kids uh, last night. The first thought, I was like, those had to have been the worst parents. Something, even in my eighth grade mind, I was like, something happened. They were either physically, verbally abused, sexually. I mean, all these thoughts in my eighth grade mind was like something. In order for two young men to murder their parents, in cold blood. I mean, the parents were just sitting in the living room, I think, allegedly. And the Mendez brothers allegedly killed them. And I was like, something went wrong. And now it's like, okay, it's the same situation in my last video with the Michael Jordan's father's case that's perhaps maybe reopened 30 years later. Um, it's like clues that the judges didn't really think about, and for the Menendez, it's like, okay, why didn't you guys think about this? Why did you automatically put these 18-year-old babies in prison? Why didn't you kind of look at it more, investigate more into the abuse part of it all? Because I think it was brought up by one of the children at the time that he was being sexually abused by his dad. And I just, as a judge, as a prosecutor, and I know, prosecutors are just there to try to get the goal is to prosecute and get their numbers up and blah, blah, blah. I don't know their agenda. But the human part of me would have been like, you know what? Mm, this doesn't seem right. Children murdering their parents, excuse me, allegedly. I mean, an old case. I don't really need to say alleged, but that's what everybody's doing on YouTube, just in case my facts are not correct. But anyway, I can I tell you what I want done? I want them to be released. They've served their, I believe, 30 years or more, probably. I think so. Yeah, well, it could be 30 more years. Um, but I believe they served their time. You know, just like I talked about again, the brother Danielle Green in the Michael Jordan's father's case. He was allegedly wrongly accused. He wasn't the one that killed his father. And so I hope, if that's true, I hope he gets released. It's just the criminal system needs to do a better job. With the Menendez case, here's the thing that could be the reason why um, the sexual abuse part of it wasn't taken into account because they were boys. And back then, they couldn't really see boys being molested like they can now. So that wasn't a popular thing to even think about, which is crazy to me because boys have been being abused since the beginning of time, and so has women and girls. But during that era, it wasn't. It was like what, you know, boy being abused by the dad, it just for some reason didn't fly well in the court system. And that could also be a factor. But, anyways, I believe they have served their time. I believe that they shouldn't have even been in there. Um, when you abuse a child, you deserve to get the worst karma ever. You deserve to get the worst karma. And if that's death, then okay. And I'm not God. And I believe in God wholeheartedly. The human part of me is like, I'm sorry, you did this to these boys. So now you